The Boston Celtics are not a basketball team, they're a way of life. The patriarch. The godfather. Ole Red. Whatever you want to call him, Red Auerbach was much more than just the head coach, general manager, and team president of the Boston Celtics. He was in essence the Boston Celtics themselves. His spirit, ingenuity, and passion for the game and the city of Boston embodies and personifies everything it means to be a Celtic. So, on this day, what will have been his centennial birthday, we pay homage to the cigar-smoking man responsible for a lot of the confetti that's rained upon the great city of Boston. Arnold Red Auerbach was a visionary, a pioneer. Amongst many of his innovations, Red was the founding father of the fast break. He also emphasized defense and offense, teaching the defensive dominant Bill Russell Mr. 11 Rings himself, not to swat the ball into the crowd when blocking a shot, but rather to tap the ball, and then gain control to start the fast break. That's called transition offense. Yeah, Red invented that. The sixth man take a wild guess who the architect behind that was. Be an instigator, not a retaliator. Red was a mastermind and genius manipulator. The team dynamic was always at the top of Red's list. Talent was necessary, sure, but team chemistry was above all else. After reading the following quote from Red, it appears that Danny Ainge has taken a page right out of his book. I've turned down a lot of trades where I might have gotten a better player, but I wasn't totally sure of the chemistry of that new player coming in. Even though he might possess golden ability, his personality and the way he gets along with his teammates might be things you just don't want to cope with. Because of Red, the Boston Celtics won 8 straight titles from 195,966. Because of Red, the Celtics acquired Bill Russell, who won 11 rings in 13 years. Because of Red, the Celtics drafted a certain French lick phenom by the name of Larry Bird. You might have heard of him. Because of Red, the Coach of the Year Koi Award is called the Red Auerbach Trophy. It's no wonder why. When you see his accomplishments during his 20-year tenure as head coach of the Green and White Back, when the games were in black and white, it's easy to see why the Koi hardware is named after him. 11 Eastern Division titles, 9 straight from 195,765, 11 NBA Finals appearances, 10 straight from 195,766, 9 NBA championships. Only Phil Jackson has won more rings, 11 as I coach. The two actually shared what I call a funny feud over the years, highlighted by something I heard years back. I'm not quite sure who said it, but the individual claimed Red said, in regards to Phil Jackson, having more rings I created my teams, he inherited his. Again, not sure if that was the quote verbatim, but I sure as hell hope it is. After all, smack talk was a forte of Red's. Sometimes he talked a lot without uttering a word. Instead, he'd pull out a Hoya de Monterey cigar from his suit jacket and spark a match, lighting and puffing on a victory cigar, while sitting on the bench, or in the stands often, when the game wasn't even close to over. To Red, it was over. His lighting of the cigar was the equivalent of renowned play-by-play man Chick Hearn's putting of games in the refrigerator. When you saw the smoke, the game was over. Red talked a lot, but he also led plenty. Not only did he lead the CS to the promised land 9 times, he even proved to be a hell of a mentor to his former players who took the coaching reins, including his immediate successor, Bill Russell, who won 2 titles as coach. Tom Heinsohn also won a couple rings as CS leader, as did Casey Jones. Don Nelson, while never winning a title as coach, does have 3 Koi awards, and was named as one of the top 10 coaches in NBA history, along with Red. Larry Bird also won Coach of the Year honors in his first year in 1997. Auerbach even mentored Bill Sharman, who led the Los Angeles Lakers to their first title in 1972. You're welcome, La. Although I don't count that one for obvious reasons. The proof is in the performance. Red Auerbach is the most successful team official in NBA history. Because of Red, the Boston Celtics are the Boston Celtics. As such, the 2 is retired for Red. But for all has done, hell'll always be one to Celtics faithful. Follow Edward Babayan on Twitter at BojixBabayan. Photo credit NBA.com, NBA.com, Space City Scoop, Boston.com, Edward Babayan. 9,202,017 0940000 PM. Tweet at PrevPost. Next post.